the broadband phone company.
Our web producer, Nicole Carrico, rapidly typing in material into our great website, thescreensavers.com, so that we will have it all there for you after you watch the show and you want more information. She is. That's what you're doing, right? You're not playing a game, are you? No. Just say. You can say something. We can read lips. She's not playing a game. She said, after every appearance on our show, our next guest receives tons of email asking for help with Photoshop, and that's why we bring him back all the time, because people want to know more. Bert Monroy, great to have you once again.
It's good. Good to be here.
Is this answering a question or something you thought of on your own?
Actually, it's something that has come up a few times. And by the way, the last time, 320 emails.
You got to be careful. You're pretty soon going to get to the point where you can't answer these.
Well, they wanted to make sure that I do answer them, so
Apple uses, and this is very trendy right now, this brushed metal look all throughout.
It's been trendy for a long time.
It's the thing, and you can do a pretty good job on a computer making it look like metal. Let's make some metal text, shall we?
That's what we're going to do. But keep in mind that it's the techniques. They don't necessarily have to be metal. Like, for instance, a long time I made wood. If you change the brown to green, all of a sudden it's marble. So it's the techniques involved, not just the end result.
Very important, because we're learning. That's exactly right. We're learning how, give a man a fish, and he'll be able to have a sandwich or something.
That's a good example for you. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I got my background here. I'm going to put a little fish color in here.
All right.
I'll throw a little gradient in there. That's just going to serve as our background.
That's a background. Nothing special. Okay.
Nothing special. And now I'm going to get my text tool, and I'm going to type in. I've done Leo on fire. I've done Leo.
Yeah, don't do
Neon.
Leo. Let's do Patrick. Let's make it change of pace.
Pat. Okay. Good old Patrick in there. Now I'm going to bring this into the middle here, and the first thing I'm going to do with this is way up here in the options bar. You see this little warp text area here?
Yes.
So I'm going to click on that, which allows me to go in here and warp text and all these different effects here, like you see flags and so on. I'm going to use Rise, which is going to bend it, but not that much. So I'm going to bring it up a little bit, so we see we get a nice little bend going on in there.
So it's a little three-dimensional effect.
Just a little three-dimensional. So I can now bring it up a little into this area here. Now, here's the important thing. This is text. I can still edit that text.
Okay.
But if I wanted to create a really stylized logo, okay, I want to be able to go in there and start with a basic text and then modify that text. So
but once you do that, you're not going to be able to edit it anymore.
At that point, I won't be able to edit it. In fact,
so get it right now.
I got a layer, and under type here, the first thing is create work path.
Okay.
This is like the old create outlines in Illustrator.
Okay.
And we see what's happened here, and I could throw away my text now. I have a path that I can use for the text.
Got it.
And since it is a text, or rather a path, I can modify this. So let's, for instance, take the P right here and kind of bring it up here. Take this T and put it in here. Like that.
We just use the text as a starting point, but now we're really drawing.
Now I'm going to take the bottom of the P and just drag it down into this area like this. Maybe just take this little section and bring it up. And take this part of the T up here and drag it way out into here. And just take this little thing and line it up with the A. And play around with this. I can make it fat, round, so on. Let's take the bottom of the T and bring it down. And since this is a path, I can use the path tool and create some additional paths right in there. So give it a little
make it smart
underline.
and pretty as well?
Oh, it's going to be real pretty. Well, Pat's already smart and pretty.
That's right.
Yeah, he's got it made already.
This is fun. All right. So look at that. We got a Pat logo now.
Yeah, we have a little Pat logo. So here it is in the paths.
Yes.
It exists. And by the way, it is a work path, which means it's only there until I save it. So I'm going to save it so make sure we don't lose it.
Okay.
Because if I start another work path, that one will disappear.
You get one at a time.
One at a time. So, as always, I create a new layer. There's my layer. And in that layer, I'm going to take my path and fill it. This fills it with the foreground color, which right now is that light blue. Okay. So then I can turn off the path. We don't need it anymore. Now, this thing right here is in a layer, so I go into my layer styles and start playing around with this.
There's some great stuff in here. I bet there's even a metal almost, practically.
Well, almost. If you think of metal, it's just basically a reflective surface, right? So I'm going to give it a little drop shadow, and we're going to push that farther away like that.
Ooh, that's a cool effect.
Spread it a little.
Yeah.
And just,
we can kind of see it behind there.
Look at that.
That really looks nice.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, we'll even give it a little stroke. A little red stroke.
Ooh.
We can change the color at any time.
Hey, we're going to paint this on the gas tank of Pat's motorcycle.
That's a good idea.
This is good. This looks good, yeah.
Now we start giving it some texture. So I'll go into bevel and emboss here, and we're going to make it chisel hard.
Just like his chin.
Make it a little bigger.
Yes. Okay.
And I'll push the depth up so it gets strong lights and darks, and you see it all happening back there. Now we're going to give it the reflection right here in gradient overlay. And that's going to give it a nice little gradient. But that's not the gradient we want.
Oh.
Right under here, there is a gradient that's got that reflective kind of
that's more
metal
metallic,
right there. But what I would like to do is introduce another color. These guys down here are your color wells. The guys up here control transparencies. What we're going to do is move this guy over and this guy over, and just clicking in here is going to give me another well, which I could change the color and make it something really dark. And we can see what happened way back there.
Yeah.
So
did you see that added a little middle darkness there?
Middle
in between the yellow and the silver, yeah.
I click OK. Now I see where it's going back there.
Oh, I see where you're going.
So
that
what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the direction or the angle of this so that it's more of an angle like so. Just like that.
Looks like a reflection now. I mean, really looks like, oh, look at that.
Okay.
Look at that.
Now, well, don't clap yet.
I'm going to applaud. I want to applaud. That's beautiful. Okay. Wait a minute, not yet. There's more. There's more. Bert's not done yet.
We're going to shine this up. I just changed my color back to black and white. Yes. And I'm going to just create another layer, which I just did there. Okay. And I'll take a paintbrush really fast here with a small size.
So good.
And I'm going to bring up my brushes palette. Now watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to turn that guy off, which automatically is on. And I'm going to come down here to color dynamics. And my flow jitter is off. My opacity jitter, I'm going to set that to fade. So it's going to run out of paint at a certain point. So I'm going to set this to about 40%, right?
That's so you created a brush stroke that fades out at the tail end.
So I'm going to click right there, just click. And now I'm going to come up here about pretty far away, because 40 pixels is going to be about a half inch. I'm going to hold down my shift key to constrain it.
He's on the right-hand side there, if you can see.
So it clicks from one to the next.
Okay.
And since it's running out of paint, it ran out right about there. So I click here, come down in this direction, shift and click. Now I'm going to change my fade to about, let's say, 25.
It's like a little airbrush almost.
Exactly. It's a little sparkle.
Yeah.
And in 25, I'll start right there, come in this direction.
Oh, you put a sparkle in.
Shift,
I get it.
come in this direction, shift, click, and I got a little sparkle.
Oh, look at that.
That I can easily go in there if I want.
Our director, Christian, says it looks like a Molly Hatchet album. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I could just put one up there,
I love that. Look at that. He duplicated it, and now it is shining. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Bert Monroy. Isn't he amazing? If you want to know more great techniques like this, the Photoshop Studio book is just awesome. Not only great for learning, a beautiful work of art with lots of his original art.
Well, this one's on your site today.
And this is on the site, of course.
Step by step.
There's the book. BertMonroy.com is Bert's site. Email him. Let's see if we get up to 500. Bert at BertMonroy.com.
He's going to answer my mail from now on.
And, of course, we've got step-by-step on the screensavers.com, so you can learn how to do that. That is really a neat effect. And a lot of it's really just with the layer styles. I mean, that's really cool. All right. Folks, isn't he the greatest? Bert Monroy, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. You're going to miss basketball great now tech company owner Charles Smith. And still to come, Martin will delve into the world of real-life Street Fighter Hadouken! When the Screensavers continues. That is beautiful.